start with the list. How was your Christmas? Anything like Seasons Upon Us?
Luckily, no. I went down to my wife's mom that lives in Washington. We went to visit with her and hung out. Pretty chill, you know. Just opened presents, went to dinner, saw some like their relatives and stuff like that. I came home and made up for not being with my home people and visiting all my relatives and stuff. It was nice. It was good. It was a nice Christmas. No drunken uncle. I mean, actually, there were a couple drunken uncles, but that's, you know, part of the course, I guess.
Yeah.
So maybe it was a little bit like that.
Cool. And the new album was out now. How's it been going down with the crowds?
I tell you what, we've been playing some of the songs since we were over here in June. We've been doing Rose Tattoo, My Hero, and maybe we've been doing Don't Tear Us Apart too. I think we might have done here. I know we did in the States in the summer too. Great, especially for before the album was even out, songs that nobody even knew, like they went over so well, and they're continuing to go over, which is great. I'm really surprised. The reception has never been this good for new, unfamiliar songs. So we're really happy.
And you start with The Boys Are Back. Is that the new?
I mean, hey, that's the intro. That's the tune. It gets people fired up. We like playing it, you know. It's funny. We found when the idea came to mind, Jeff had it. We just played it yesterday. He's like, yeah, here's the first idea, just singing The Boys Are Back, The Boys Are Back, and like we built a whole song around it. You know, the song came together like that. It was one of those like lucky, you know, toiling over it for weeks. It just there it is. So yeah, that's a fun one.
And how would a typical Dropkick song come together? Is it always as simple as that?
No. I mean, it's one of a million ways. It's like you'll have, you know, Al or Ken will have a vocal melody, or lyrics. And we put the music to that, or there'll be a riff. We put you know, or like a melody line, like a mandolin melody line or something. We'll put music to that, and then a vocal melody over that. Sometimes just jam and something comes out. There's so many different ways. There's like at least, you know, 5 or 6 different like distinct ways that our songs come about. It's not like there's no one formula at all.
Yeah. Okay. And I read that the new album was a lot more fun and chilled out to make than the last.
Well, no, I mean, it wasn't. It's not that. It was more. Actually, we did it between tours, so it was kind of crazy. But no, I think what the gist was is just the last album was very serious. It was a concept album.
Yeah.
You know, everything had to be within the parameters of that concept. This one was just basically lyrically more of a free for all. I mean, it was more just like there weren't parameters to stick, you know, to have to stick to. So it was a little easier in that respect.
Yeah. And with Ken and Al, Ken seems to be singing a lot more these days. How do they decide who's going to sing the song?
It's a matter of,
they try with both, or?
Yeah, and the thing is, dudes have their certain keys that they can sing, their ranges. And just so happens with this one, a lot more of the songs were in Ken's range, and you know, and Al, I don't know, a lot of people know, Al only has one vocal cord that works.
Yeah.
And I feel like with all the touring, he's been pretty fried out, so it was like the combination of that stuff, you know. But I mean, he's already coming out with ideas and stuff now, so I think next record, 90% of the time, who knows? It's just a matter of like what sounds good at the time within the music, you know.
They don't fight it out, do they?
No, it's nothing like that at all. No. Absolutely not.
And you kicked off this tour now in Dublin. Is that something you wanted to do, start in Ireland, because you had your party in Ireland?
Well, yeah, we were.
Or was it just how the tour dates?
No, it was basically we wanted to start there because we're going to do a European tour. It was already like kind of lined up, and if we're going to be in Boston, it was the next best place to do it, you know. And we and just the demand was there too. I mean, put a show on sale, sold out like that. So let's do another one. What the fuck, you know? Yeah. It was great, and we got to see Blood and Whiskey. That was always nice, you know. They're fucking great. Yeah, it was just a blast to hang out with friends there and stuff. It's always fun. Go to the old Thomas house, check it out. Great bar. One little plug.
So we went after the first night. Don't remember leaving it, but.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of bands now playing similar music to yourselves, Flogging Molly, the Mahomes, and that. But you seem to be top of the game. What's your secret to Dropkick success?
I mean, yeah, we definitely run a concentric circles. I mean, Flogging Molly, I think, is probably bigger in the States than they are than we are. I think, I'm not sure, but with bands like that, they're more traditional with a punk edge. We're a punk band.
Yeah.
With like we dabble in traditional and, you know, folk and stuff like that. So I think it's just a slightly different, it's a different animal, I guess. I mean, you know, maybe we're in the same, you know, caucus or genus, but not the same species of band. I don't know, maybe it's less of a niche sound. I mean, it definitely is. It's not for everyone. We're not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I know plenty of people that hate us, but it might just be it's less of a specialized niche sound. I guess I don't know. Yeah, people just like what they like, and luckily, I mean, here in Germany, around a lot, people really dig it for some reason. It's just amazing. You know, they always have. I mean, I was busking here in '94, '95 with my cousin and my uncle, and like just on the streets with Irish folk music, and people loved it. It was amazing. So I think it's just a welcoming sound here or something. It's cool.
When so much touring, do you get to see anywhere, or is it just?
Yeah, man. I mean, these days you do. These days you do. I mean, in the early days it was get in the van and go. You sleep when you can and wake up and you set up and you play, get back in the fucking van and keep going. Nowadays, you know, the bands and tour buses, and it's and a lot of the guys have, you know, techs and stuff. I have a tech doing their setting the stuff up. I don't, but that's the way I like it. So, but you know, there's definitely a lot more time. At least take a you know, half-hour walk around the city or whatever. A lot of the venues are in the city centers. Unlike this one, unfortunately. Where the hell I drink boondocks. But yeah, you get to see a lot of stuff. We were in Oslo a couple of days ago, Norway, and I walked around there for a while. It was like in centigrade, it was like minus 25. It was really cold. It was painful. Yeah. But I just, you know, walked around the city center, checked it out, architecture and all that. Went to look at some record stores and stuff. But yeah, you get to see a lot these days. You know, you keep what you do in focus. Of course, you got to. You know, we're here to play shows and do the best we can. But yeah, it's mess around. You see, you know, get to see friends and hang out. Go to a cool bar. It'd be nice to go to Munich. I mean, my mom's from right outside of there. So it'd be nice. And Al's family is from there too. His mother's side is also from there. So that'll be nice. But it's definitely a long friggin' haul, man. But that's how it is. Luckily, you know, like I said, we're not in the van anymore, which is
we've got a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, you can lie down. You can your whole body. You can lie down in a bunk bed. So it's you're kind of spoiled for that, which is nice because, you know, doing the van thing, did that plenty of times over here. It's, you know, Highway Tiger, one of those cars, one of those vehicles. It's tough, but fun.
Any new bands from Boston out there we should be looking out for? There's great music scene in Boston.
There's a lot of good bands. Jesus, let me see. There are the Tampops, who are awesome. I think Tommy and the Terrors are broken up, but they were good. You have Rival Mob, are awesome. They're really good hardcore band. Rival Mob, the Boston Stranglers, excellent, fucking awesome band. Boston Strangler, fucking intense. Very early '80s Boston hardcore stuff. Real aggressive, really fast.
Jerry's Kids kind of stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking actually, they're very much SSD control, DYS, FUs maybe a little more than Jerry's Kids, and like, you know, like Last Rites, Negative Effects. They're real good. Yeah, I think you might be able to download their album from their website or Facebook thing or something like that. I have it in vinyl, of course, because I'm a fiend, but yeah, see those guys. There's a lot of good bands in Boston all the time emerging. Christ, I'm drawing a blank for some reason, but the bands I mentioned are dynamite. Yeah, definitely check them out if you like something a bit more aggressive. The Tampops are a great garage band. Well, actually, they've been around for about 12 years, but they have barely any material out for some reason. But they're like the toast of the Boston garage underground kind of scene. And I wish I could give another. There's plenty of great bands.
You'll walk out of here and you'll take them all.
I will. I got nothing. Sorry.
Well, that's it. We're all out of questions.
Kill it. This is quite painless.
Cheers. Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, my pleasure, man.
Thank you. Can I just get a photo?